people, it's Cara here, and I am so mad. And I am mad. I am so mad about sewing because I'm looking at a mountain of makes. So I think I'm probably gonna have to split it up over the next few videos or something. But I wanted to start by saying thank you to you all. You are amazing. And if you're wondering who I'm talking to you, because you are just lovely. You've all been so amazing to me over the last few weeks with my variation of mood and things. And yeah, just thank you from the bottom of my heart. If you've taken the time to watch, subscribe, like, etc., just send me some love through the beams of YouTube. It really has meant the world to me. So what have I been up to? I don't feel like I've sewn very much, but this pile over here would say that I am wrong about that, because I have sewn a mountain. Now, it's such a weird thing, this hobby, isn't it? You know, I look at that and I think that's insane. But if I was a runner, you wouldn't be able to see that. Oh, you know, I'm a runner. Actually, I haven't run for a little while, but if I was addicted to, I don't know, sport or something, you wouldn't be able to see the mountain of sport around me. So it's probably the same number of hours, but I get a physical product left at the end of my my hobby, and this is definitely a big part of things. So, but let me start with what I'm wearing. I'm a bit in love with this, I've got to tell you. This fabric is just delicious. I'm going to come right in close. I just love the colours in this. Now, I was kind of working on the theory that I don't wear brown very much, but I've got brown eyes, and I wanted to pick up the brown of my eyes, because when I see people on telly and they've got blue eyes or green eyes, if they wear green, their eyes just really pop. So I'm not sure that theory has worked exactly, and I'm still going to do some experimenting, I think, with that. But I just adore the colours of this. Now, this is a pattern from. Now, that would be really good if I'd looked up that before. I need to find that out. Hang on a sec. Hold. What am I like? Honestly, I'm glad you guys are patient with me, and now I've left my glasses on, which actually kind of go with it, so I'll leave them on for a minute. So this is a Gracia pattern. I'm not quite sure I'm saying that right. It's a Russian pattern company. As you know, I have absolutely adore the Russian pattern companies. I use Sew It Now a lot. I use La Cala a lot, and I'd never really worked with the Gracia ones before, and just absolutely adore this. So I'm going to put the stock photo here of this dress, and then over here somewhere I'll put some footage of me in it. But it is essentially a shirt dress. I'm going to stand up. So you've got this button placket with 3 buttons, I think. I chose these really fun, I don't know if you can see those. They've got like a stripe on them, which picks out the pink. Then you've got an elasticated waist here. These beautiful balloon sleeves with a full button placket, although actually I've cheated. I've just sewn the button placket down and then sewn the buttons on, because I don't need to open them at all. So yeah, elasticated waist, and then you've got a tier here, and then a full skirt, which you'll be able to see better in the footage. It came together brilliantly. So you have actually got a full collar here, so you've got a collar stand and collar. I love it. I absolutely love it. And you know, it's quite sweet actually. My grandma was a very inspirational person in my life. My dad's mum, sorry. And this is exactly the sort of dress she used to wear. So they say that things come around, don't they? And I do actually, when I look in the mirror, I see a little bit of her in me. And that's no bad thing, because she was a beautiful person. Yeah, I feel honoured to feel that way about something, if I'm honest. She's beautiful. Yeah, so wow. So Russian, so you guys have told me about Gracia, and if you haven't been onto their website, I really do recommend it. Such amazing patterns, totally on trend designs. I've got at least one more make. I'm not sure I'll make it into this video, but maybe a future video to show you the sweatshirts I've made. I had no issues with this whatsoever. You would need to have some sewing experience in order to understand the instructions, because they are translated from Russian into English, and that's not always consistent. So the grammar, it's not so much the grammar, literally the like-for-like translation of the words can make it a little bit difficult. Let me just move my camera down a little bit and see if you can see a little bit more of it. Yeah, that's a bit better, I think. I'll cut my head off now, so maybe not. Oh dear, I love it. It's a work in progress, it always is. So I absolutely adore it. This fabric was from Stitch Fabrics. It's quite sheer, so you can definitely see through it. Doesn't bother me. I've got tights on, and guess what? You can see my legs. It's not sheer on the top half, as you can see there, because it sits right next to my skin. Obviously, Cara. But the light does shine through, so it's a bit of a Princess Diana moment, but I got legs and you can see them, so that's all I can say about that, really. But I absolutely adore it. In fact, I would say I prefer this to the Lyra dress. Now, that's not really very fair on the Lyra, because I've made one Lyra, which I may well dig out and do a bit of continuity to show you that. And I made that in the cotton, so it wasn't drapey like this, but this just came together so well. But let's face it, let me dig out the Lyra. It's in here somewhere. Hang on a second. Let's face it, the construction, oh, in fact, it's on a hanger. It's the only thing that is on a hanger, as the rest just suddenly falls off. So, so the actual, when I think about it, really, the construction of the Lyra is very similar. So you've got the full collar, you've got the button stand, and then guess what? You've got a full skirt. But the only difference between these two is that this one is, the one I'm wearing is elasticated at the waist, whereas the Lyra isn't. Yeah, this project I made for Minerva, and I will put some pictures in. I love the Lotta phase, I absolutely do, and not, sorry, Lyra phase. I've got some Lottas to talk about, how confusing is that? But yeah, so this was the Lyra I made. As I say, made it in this beautiful art gallery cotton from Minerva in exchange for a blog post, which I will link down below. And I have worn it a lot. I really like the colours. Again, I think they're quite autumnal, quite different, and I wear it with a black cardigan. In fact, the Harper cardigan that I made recently from Sinclair Patterns just gets worn all the time at the moment, which is lovely. But yeah, massive similarity when I think about it. Obviously this one's got full sleeves and this has got short, but I think there's the option to do sleeves on this as well. So out of the two, I would say my preference is for the one I'm wearing, and I think that's mostly because of the definition that I get at the waist here. Whereas this one you tie and give yourself the definition with the waist ties. But yeah, do you know, I remember saying to you guys in a video a few months back probably that I hardly ever wear dresses, and of a summer that is absolutely the case. I much prefer a jumpsuit, something like that. But I have made 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 dresses, which is insane. But when I think about it in my wardrobe, I don't reach for separates at all at the moment. It's all about a dress, tights and boots. Bop, you're done, which I love, absolutely love it. And also, because I'm only really wearing the dress once a week or something, my washing at the end of the week is practically nothing, because I don't necessarily need to. I work in an office now, or in a that sort of environment, as you know, and so I'm not sweating or anything particularly. So I'm like, it's all just tights and underwear. It's quite nice at the end of the week, to be honest. A lot less washing to do. So there's the first 2 makes. I might stay in this one if that's all right with you. I have got a lot of things to show you, and I think I'm probably better off just showing you and then putting pictures in. But yes, that one's for Minerva. This one's for Gracia. I hope I'm saying that right. Grasso, Grassier. I think so. It might be Gracia, but obviously it's a Russian word, so that's probably not how it's pronounced. Let's stick with the dresses theme then. I might as well. I've got an avalanche going on here. Let's pick this one up because I think that's what's causing it. So I've made a lot of Lottas. I've been dying to say that. Laura Lotters. And you'll remember this fabric from a video I did a few months ago, or it feels like months ago, it might be weeks ago actually. This fabric was an absolute steal. This is £2 a metre from Stitch Fabrics again. So again, this is Stitch Fabrics too. It's the lightest weight polyester. Feels like sort of silk, obviously not silk for £2 a metre. Very lightweight. This beautiful sort of, I don't know, looks like newspaper print, I think. It might even be the description of it actually. Maybe a bit of a risk. A, it's very lightweight. B, I wasn't sure if it was going to be very static or not. But the Lotta dress is such a simple shape, as I'm sure you're all familiar with, and I'll put some pictures up. It's such a simple shape that I just figured actually the fabric does all the talking then, and I really like it. Now this would be perfect in the summer because it's very lightweight, although having said that, I don't wear dresses in the summer. Well, maybe I will, but I don't think so. I wear this with the black polo neck, not polo neck, yes, polo neck, turtleneck. Was it polo neck? I think it is a polo neck, you know, rolled top thing. And you know, that's funny. I made the black turtleneck or polo neck, whatever we're going to call it, before I'd switched my winter wardrobe to summer wardrobe to winter. And then when I got my winter wardrobe out, I discovered I've got about 3 or 4 of those, so I didn't necessarily need to make it. Note to self, check your wardrobe before you make anything. So I've got plenty of black roll neck tops to be wearing underneath the Lotta, which I just adore. I've popped pockets, inseam pockets into my Lotta. And I use this, I think I use pretty much the top of the hip notch or something to align where that is. They are a little bit lower than I should have them, but it's okay, it's only for me. And then obviously this has got an elastic waist on it as well, as I'm sure you'll be familiar with. So that was my a recent Lotta. I made another Lotta, and this one is in this gorgeous fabric. Now I'll put some footage in. Lottas never look great off a hanger, do they really? Maybe I should put it back on. Maybe, yeah, I'll pop it on a hanger, and then you'll be able to see it a little bit better, I think. As it'll show you sit a little bit better. There we go. So this gorgeous fabric, and I'll bring it right up in close, is from Felicity Fabrics, and this was given to me in exchange for a blog post which is coming out on their website very soon. And I wrote this on their website to show the benefits really of a transitional piece, because this fabric is a beautiful viscose. It is still available on the website. I checked that this morning. It's called Terra Stripe, I think, because it's got this, I don't know if you can see that. It's got, yeah, I think you can. It's got a gold lurex running through it, which is just stunning. And is reminiscent of some of the things that my mum used to wear, that sort of stripe. There was a trend for sort of shirts and dresses, I think, that used to have that sort of gold lurex stripe running through it, which I just love, and it's really subtle. I absolutely adore this colour. And actually, I made this quite a long time ago, actually, sort of August, September time, and so was wearing it without anything underneath, you know, sort of like, just as a dress, and now I wear it similar style with the black roll neck, and just, oh, do you know, these are so comfortable. You just chuck them on, and you're done really. Got some boots on, so yeah, love the Lottas. Got a lot of Lottas going on. And I got another Lotta, and I've only ever made woven Lottas, and I've got a stretch Lotta cut out and ready to go. That's out of that red fabric with the squares on, so that isn't something I've made yet, but it's in the pile, which is fast depleting. I had about 12, maybe 15 projects, which is probably why I've got about 12, 15 projects sitting on my ironing board. That seems to be how it works, Cara, honestly. So anyway, that's Lotta number 2. What else shall I show you next? Let's have a look. Well, let's stay on the dresses, shall we? Seeing as I'm on a dress kind of theme. In fact, what I might do is just put the dresses into this one, and then do another film and show you the sort of jumpers and the tops and things that I've made. So this one, it seems to be better if I leave it might be better if I leave it on a hanger, because you seem to be able to get a little bit more vision of the structure of the dresses. So this dress here, look at this fabric. I love this fabric. And again, this is the Stitch Fabrics. So I'm not in any way affiliated with Stitch Fabrics. Just happened to be this part of this fabric haul. And I hope you see in my videos actually that the fabric that I buy does get made up really quickly. Lots of my lovely sewing friends have the most amazing fabric collections or fabric stashes, whatever you want to call them, and I don't see those products come to light for months sometimes, and it always makes me smile. I'm like, there must be like lots of fabric, but as you can see, both of those bits of fabric, this fabric, you've seen these recently, certainly within the last month, or couple of months, on fabric hauls of mine. So I do really love to buy fabric and use it. I've got very little in my fabric stash really that isn't cut out and ready to go. Yeah, not very much at all actually. So anyway, enough waffling. This beautiful dress here, this is the Framfield dress by the Sussex seamstress. So I'll pop some pictures or footage or whatever I've taken of me in this. This is a full length, and we're talking full length dress. Yeah, as a design from the Sussex seamstress. Now Jane did kindly give me this pattern, not with no obligation, but why wouldn't I share such an amazing pattern? It's such a simple design. It's got this beautiful curved V at the front. It's got beautiful sleeves. I think they're grown-on sleeves. Yeah, grown-on sleeves. You've got the it's quite a high waist here, so sort of empire line actually. Got lovely big deep inseam pockets, and then you can't see it so much on here, but there's some beautiful pleat details. There's 2 pleats here on the front, and 2 pleats again on the back, and I know the fabric's quite busy, you can't see that, and that just creates this lovely line. And this fabric is from Stitch Fabrics, as I say, which is it's a twill, so it's actually perfect for this time of year. It's quite it's not heavy, but it's a medium weight. So I do wear this with tights. It's super long, but I don't tend to need to have a cardigan because it's quite toasty. It's finished with a facing. It's a really lovely facing actually. It's not too big. It's more like a bias binding really, but it is a facing, and then you top stitch it down just to create that look. Now with all of Jane's patterns on Sussex seamstress, she provides a YouTube video of a complete sew along, which is just brilliant. And like I did with the last make, I forget what that was, I think I made a skirt. I didn't even follow the instructions, I just had Jane playing on in the background for the yeah, just Jane playing along with the sew along, because her patterns are just super easy to work with. I'm looking at this, it's not a grown on sleeve. I apologise, it's not grown on, it's the fabric that's doing me in there. There is a seam here. Yeah, no, they're not grown on sleeves, I apologise. This sleeve is just there, you can see there in the definition. I apologise about that. But absolutely love this dress. I love the fact it's full length. A lot of these dresses are sort of mid-length, which I really like. This one, however, is full on to the floor. I probably should take it up a little bit, because I do find when I wear it to work, I sort of roll my chair back. I love this chair thing, and it sort of catches because I've left it on the floor and not picked up my dress. But that's just just me. But I absolutely adore it. So thank you, Jane, for such another wonderful, inspirational dress. And you know what's so beautiful about this? Jane names all of her patterns after local places. So I think she's based, I forget where she's directly based, just outside Brighton, I think. But Framfield is where I got married. And I lived in Framfield for a short, for 7 years, something like that, and I also worked in Framfield, and Framfield is tiny. There's a pub there, there's a school there, and that's all there is, other than lots of lovely houses, and it's a traditional East Sussex village. Yeah, you drive through it and you'll miss it really. So yes, literally it's a few miles square. Framfield, it's tiny. So I couldn't not get involved in that, and obviously it caught my eye. So yeah, I got married in Framfield, and now I've got and lived in Framfield and worked in Framfield, and now I can wear a dress called Framfield, which I think is fabulous. So thank you, Jane. Okay, so more of a recent make actually, which was only I think my last video where I talked about this next fabric. So how up to date am I? That's crazy, but true. Just going to lob that over there. And it's this one. Let me just pop it on there. So this is a Cali shirt, or Cali shirt dress, if you like. I've just made it with the simple mandarin collar here. It's literally. I'll put some footage in. I mean, even if I was sitting down wearing all of these dresses, you wouldn't see much more of them than the footage is described anyway. So I've got this light coming in on here, so I hope you guys can see me all right. Yeah, occasionally I get feedback about my lighting and my sound, but just as a reminder, guys, it is just me sitting in my little spare room, my sewing room, just being me. Yeah, you've got the sleeves there, which are finished off with the cuff, which I really like. And I extended this to make it full length, as you'll see in the pictures, because I was inspired by Lisa from And So On, who was inspired by another lady on Instagram, and I'm really pleased with the result actually. And do you know what's so funny about this is I've made probably 3 Cali shirt dresses now over the years, and you know, I sat down and I made this pretty much without looking at the instructions. For some reason I felt intimidated about doing a collar and things, but the collar has come up brilliantly on this one, because and this is a collar obviously as well, and I do have some grief with the details of collar, so the bit where it meets here doesn't always look as synchronized as I'd like it to, but somehow on this one it came out really well. And I've made the Cali a few times with the actual shirt, you know, the outer shirt bit, but this time I just made it with the band collar, because I find that the shirt collar on the Cali is actually a bit too big for me and makes me look a bit out of proportion. This collar is absolutely lovely. And in fact, on the Lyra, I also didn't like the shirt collar. It also looks a bit big on me, but that could also be because of the cotton and the structure of it. But going back to this one, absolutely adore this. And this fabric, I got this from Ditto Fabrics in Brighton when I went shopping there recently with the lovely Michelle from Sewing Bunny. So yeah, that's where I got this from. But this is also available on Stitch Fabrics. I happen to see it in their sale section. I think it's £6 a metre on the Stitch Fabrics website at the moment. Let me stand up so you can see a bit more of it. It's just beautiful, lots of different colours, and it's a really nice weight. It's a viscose, you can see there on the back. So you've got the yoke here. These are the lovely sleeves. If I just stand, if I stand there, I'll be in the way of the sunshine for a minute. And yes, as you can see how long it is, right up, yeah. And I'll pop the pictures in. Now, my vision of this is a number fold. Let me sit back down again. My vision actually is a number fold because A, I want to wear it as a shirt dress, but B, I want to wear it open. Now, I meant to take some pictures of this. That's annoying. I'm going to wear this today actually, so I'm going to change, and I'll put some pictures in of how my vision is of this. So I want to wear this open with black roll neck and black jeans and boots. That's my vision for this. So hopefully I've taken some pictures today and I'll put them in here somewhere. But yeah, just love that one. Yeah, just, and yeah, as I say, I just last weekend I made this dress and this dress over the course of a weekend, which is a bit insane really, I've got to say. Yeah, just I'm a nutter. I am genuinely nutter. I'm just looking on my an avalanche of fabric. Oh no, avalanche of jumpers there. Yeah, so I have yeah, I have been sewing quite a lot. And bless him, my husband is outside making a summer house. I'm not allowed to do any DIY for obvious reasons. Um, mostly because he's very specific about things, and I'm not so specific about things, it turns out, although I know how to make a shirt. So I'm going to leave it there. And I'm sorry if you can hear the tumble dryers going in the background and things like that. So I apologise if it's really noisy. But I'm going to leave it there today. So a reasonably short and sweet one from me about all of my dresses. And then I'm going to come back to you relatively soon with the rest of the pile that's sitting here. So I think it'd be mean to have it as a really, really long film. So let me leave it there. Please do let me know what you think about my dresses. Thank you for all the feedback about the satin. I think I'm going to go for a jumpsuit. I do. I just do. I think that's the way to go with that. Although Stitch Sisters, I think it was, did a video which I haven't watched yet on evening gowns, so I might find something there, but I don't know, I just love a jumpsuit, as you know. So thank you for all your lovely comments and support, as I said at the beginning of the film, and I will be back with you very soon. Don't forget to subscribe now, especially you. 50% of you aren't subscribed, and I love knowing that you're here, so please do hit that subscribe button and press the old thumbs up, because that helps the old algorithms, or whatever it's called with YouTube, to let other people know that you like my content. So stay safe and well, everybody. Until next time, take care. Bye bye.